Alright, I'm back. This is part two. I'm a sharp game, and this message is for black men part two. And as I was saying, if you're a black male living in America, you have to go abroad. Look, the village has been destroyed. You don't have any friends. You don't have anyone that's going to really back you up. Anyone with power and influence to make anything happen. Sure, you might have some people that like you, some people that like being around you, some people that like partying with you. But when shit hits the fan, you're not gonna have anybody left. Everybody's gonna be gone. And this has happened to me 3 times since living in America. When shit hits the fan, when you get into trouble, any legal problems, any type of situation where you might have some minor temporary setback, most people are going to be gone. You're not going to have anybody left because most people like to come around when it's time to party, when it's time to have a good time. But when shit hits the fan and when you need support, most people are going to be gone, including your wife. That you If you decide to get married in America. Look, that old way of doing things when your mother grew up or your father or your grandparents, those days are over. Those people that way of thinking is over. The 60s and 70s is over. People don't think like that anymore. People don't care. They don't care because they have been corrupted. They have bought into what they see on television. They have bought into the status quo. This is why anything that you get involved in or anything that you start is that goes against the system, and the status quo is not going to benefit you because it doesn't have anything to do with you. Period. It it it. I mean, even the companies that you might work for, they don't really. They just tolerate you. They don't really want you around. At best, they're just using you. And then you got these women that want you to buy into the same system, same sick system. And if you're not buying into that system, they think something's wrong with you. But in reality, something's wrong with them because they have to be a little insane. Because and the perception to them is, if you need to come over here, this is where it's at. If you don't get with the program, you're gonna get left behind. And you have a lot of women that talk this rhetoric, you know. But you need to get away from women that think like that. This is why you need to go get your passport game up and travel the world and date the world. Get around women that respect you as a man, that respect your grind, respect your idea, respect your ambition, respect you for who you are and what you stand for. It's very difficult to find that in America if you're a black man, because the people in the dominant society, they set the example on what success is. And when it comes to black people, we don't set the standard when it comes to anything in America. At best, people will copy and steal stuff from us, then rehash it and make it seem like it was theirs from the get-go. That's what they do. They cop and steal from us, and they act like it's something brand new and they came up with it on their own. That's what they do to most black people in America. And at the end of the day, you don't get paid anything. You don't get compensated. You don't get no royalties. You don't get nothing. So that's the disrespect that you have to navigate and tolerate in America. But if you go to other countries, all across Asia, you got, some parts of China, Japan is off the hook. You got Thailand. You got even parts of Laos. You got Australia. You got Hawaii. You got Mexico. You got Brazil. You got Peru. You got Ecuador. You got you got certain spots in Colombia. You got a lot of these places, man, and you can go and set up shop. You don't have to limit yourself on just staying in America. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. You don't have to do that shit. You can have more than one woman. Hey, you know what? Hey, white guys can't have all the fun, But the dangerous thing that you could ever do is put all your eggs in one basket. Don't do that shit, because what happens if things go wrong, things go bad? You're gonna get wiped out, and you're not gonna have anything left, and you're gonna have to start all over again with nothing, really, because you don't, as a black male, you don't have a lot to work with anyway in America. Just like I said earlier, if you don't have charm, wit, or got the gift of gab, or got a little status, or a celebrity, or an athlete, really, if you're an average black male in America, you're damn near invisible. You really don't have much to work with, and that's pretty much how it's always been. From what I've been told before I, was born, I talked to older guys. They said pretty much, we start out with nothing, and we make something out of nothing. Well, that's pretty much how it is. But if you go to other places, it's not so much red tape. It's wide open in a lot of these countries. And you get a lot of cooperation in a lot of these other places from women. So you have no friends. You have no one that's going to speak up for you or back you up. And if you don't believe it, go test it out. You'd be shocked. You'd be surprised. You might even, and I know sometimes it gets a little scary, because if you're going against the grain, so to speak, you're not going to have a lot of people rolling with you. Most of the time, you won't have anybody rolling with you. It might be just you. You might have people there when you get there. This is why you have to work on your social skills. You have to master. You have to become like a master person. Your social skills have to be at a mastery level, because everywhere you go, you have to be able to meet people fast, make friends fast. Because when you go against the grain, you're not going to have a lot of people around. you're gonna have only a select few people around, which is cool because you don't want no groupies around. You don't want no riffraffs around. You don't want no bullshit people around. So sometimes it can get scary, and even sometimes, for me, to this day, it can get a little scary. But I know, I believe in myself, and I know I have to make a move, and my next move has to be the best move as humanly possible. And I've been this way. I've been doing this for such a long time. It becomes natural after a while. So it's kind of like a muscle. If you work the muscle, if you work a new muscle, if you keep working it, after a while it becomes natural and you can build from there. But if you don't, the hardest thing is just to get going, get it started. Once you get things going and get it started, it'll become natural and you enjoy yourself and have fun. And you will meet some incredible people out here, man. But just being in America, and if you're a black male, it ain't us, man. It ain't the best place for us to be, man. You know. So, this message is for black males, and get your passport game up. Get out there and travel. Date the world. Feel free to leave your comments below and subscribe to my channel on YouTube by clicking the red subscribe button, and check out my blog, ChooseYourRelationships.com. That's ChooseYourRelationships.com. Get on my list. Get my newsletter, weekly newsletter. See you in the next video. Peace.